Let us start with invertebrates. An invertebrate is an animal without a backbone. There are some pictures of invertebrates. Now, invertebrates are further divided into two groups. So, here are two groups of invertebrates. Number one, insects. Number two, worms. Here are some pictures of invertebrates: spider, slug, centipede, ant, snail, and ladybird. These pictures are also given in your textbook as well on page number 37. Now we are going to discuss characteristics of invertebrates. They have 3 or more pair of legs. There are some invertebrates which have 3 or more pair of legs. You can see the spider, crab, honeybee, and they have 3 pairs of legs. Some invertebrates do not have any legs. Now see, these invertebrates, mollusk, slug, and worms, they do not have even any legs. Some invertebrates have antennae or tentacles. For example, anemone, it has tentacles. What are tentacles? Tentacles are these type of outgrowths. They are attached to their body and they just act like as we have arms in our body, which helps them to swim, which help them to catch their prey as well. Look at this insect, cockroach. They have antennae here which act like the feelers. Starfish have no tentacles, no antenna. So there is a lot of variety of invertebrates around us. Some invertebrates have soft bodies and others have a hard shell or exoskeleton. So let us check the soft body invertebrate. Example is jellyfish. Exoskeleton example is a ladybird. Look at the body of a ladybird. It is covered with a hard covering, that its exoskeleton. Hard shell around it, you can see this snail. Although its body is soft, but it is having a hard shell, and this helps them to protect their body. Okay, now first we are going to discuss about some body parts of an insect which make them different from other invertebrates. Antenna. Insects are those invertebrates which have antenna, a proper head, thorax, wing. These 3 pairs of leg, 1 pair, 2 pairs, and 3. And abdomen here. So now you came to know that how we can differentiate the insects from other invertebrates. Now worms. Worms are the second group of invertebrates. Before starting the characteristics of worms, I'm going to show you some pictures of different worms. This is earthworm, tapeworm, flatworm, ringworm, and you see it's a human skin, and over here these are the ringworms and creating infection on the skin. Hookworm, centipede, millipede, bootless worm. Bootless worms are said to be the longest worm in the world. Their maximum length is 55 meter long. and they produce a very highly toxic mucus, and they can even eat a cockroach. Now this is the world's smallest worm, nematode. In picture it looks very long, but basically it's a very small worm. Now after watching these pictures, you have a clear picture about the characteristics of worms, that how they look like. They have long tube-like body, no arms or legs. Some are microscopically small like nematode, and others can grow much longer like bootlace, that are the longest of all. They can cause infections like I told you, ringworm. Some of them are parasites. What are parasites? Parasites are those organisms which live in the bodies of other organisms and they give them harm. So there are many worms which live inside the body of other animals and humans as well, and they are taking their food from them. That's why they are known as parasites. Some live in water, sea, fresh water, while others live on land. So their habitat is water, sea, fresh water, and the bodies of other living things. Some are useful worms like earthworms and silkworms. Here are the pictures of two useful worms, silkworms and earthworms. Silkworms are very useful. They live in the form of groups, and those groups are known as colonies. They work in the form of groups. Earthworms. Earthworms live in the soil and help to enrich the soil. They also aerate the soil. Aerate means to bring air into the soil. Another useful insect is this honeybee. They also live in the form of colonies. They are social insects as they live together in groups. In a colony, there can be hundreds or even thousands of insects working together for a good reason. And the good reason for honeybee is that it is making honey for us. There are some harmful insects as well. For example, mosquitoes and houseflies. Mosquitoes spread diseases like malaria and dengue. Houseflies carry lot of germs. Their legs carry a lot of germs, and when they sit from one place to another, they can easily spread germs. Now we have some important definitions of pests and parasites. What are pests? Pests are basically insects. These insects are called pests because they destroy leaves, fruits and seeds. We use pesticides to kill these pests whenever we grow crops. Parasites. Parasites are worms that live in the bodies of other animals, example flatworm and ringworm. I have shown you the picture of this flatworm and ringworm as well. Now we are going to summarize the chapter, what we have learned in this chapter. So we have discussed that living things are divided into 5 kingdoms. What are they? Protoctists, prokaryotes, fungi, plants, animals. We are not going to discuss these 4. We have discussed animals. Animal kingdom is further divided into 2 more kingdoms. What are they? Vertebrates and invertebrates. Now we have discussed that vertebrates are further divided into groups and invertebrates are further divided into groups. So what are the groups in which the vertebrates are divided? Number 1, fish. Number 2, amphibian. Number 3, reptile, bird, and mammal. And invertebrates are further divided into two groups: insect, worms. So hopefully students, you have well understood the topic of classification of living things, and you can now differentiate between different groups of animals. So now open your books. I'm going to give you a task for your homework. That is, open page number 36. Here the question is, place the following creatures in the correct column. Add at least 3 more examples of your own to each column. Here they have given you the names of different animals. They are jumbled up, in which some are vertebrates and some are invertebrates. Now this is your task to differentiate between them and write them into proper column. You can add more names in it. This is your homework. Thank you.